Okay, so I'm Evan, the third host, and we are not going to let a little thing like a lockdown stop us from giving you content on the YouTube channel. As you see, it's me here today. But without Randy, though, we are still going to do a review of Knightfall, or Batman Knightfall by Denny O'Neil, today on True Stories Based on Fiction. First, I want to say thank you for watching the first video. This is the second of hopefully many that we're going to put out for you. Like I said in the cold open, I'm not going to let the lockdown stop us. But what we're doing today is we're going to do a review of Batman Knightfall by Denny O'Neil that was published in, let's see here, 1994. So a long time ago. I can't do math. So what's cool about this book is it is probably one of the first big adaptations of a comic book storyline in prose form. Yeah, there's the book. And I'm always fascinated by stories that are told in other medium. See what the best medium to tell that story is. For example, I think that a lot of books are better movies. I know that's not what a lot of people say, but that's what I often think. But cool battering, by the way. But how does that fare when it comes to Batman Knightfall? So Batman Knightfall is probably one of the most popular Batman storylines of all time. And it involves Batman getting his back broken by Bane, and another guy takes over for him as Batman, and that guy isn't really suited for the job. So Batman has to recover from his broken back and take back his mantle as Batman. So pretty cool storyline, and it really hasn't been adapted that many times. They took some elements of it and put it in the 2010 Batman, the third Christopher Nolan movie. It's escaping me at the moment. The one, Dark Knight Rises. So it took some elements of this storyline, perfectly Bane being the villain and Bane breaking Batman's back, and they put it into that storyline. But this one, but there's never been a true adaptation of the storyline until this novel that came out in 1994, which was probably pretty close to when the book came out. I don't have anyone here to do my fact checking, but we'll just say maybe a couple of years, if not a year after the storyline came out. And as I said previously, it's written by Denny O'Neil, who was a very popular Batman editor and writer. He created one of my favorite villains, Ra's al Ghul, and he was very instrumental in the storyline as well, which is very cool that they got a person who wrote the actual comic book to come back in and write the novelization of it. And comic book novelization that have become pretty popular. I have a couple of those in my stack of my to-read books right now, as a matter of fact. But anyway, getting back to the point. Batman Knightfall is pretty much a direct adaptation of the storyline from the comic books. It probably was a 50-something issues in the various Batman titles. So what Denny O'Neil had to do is, or Dennis as he called on the cover, is take that storyline, which is weekly 22-page comic books, and condense it into a novel that's about, let's see, that's about 350 pages. And I think he did a pretty good job. And like the storyline of Knightfall, it is broken down into 3 different acts. A Knight's Fall, I know you can't see it. A Hero's Quest, and Batman Reborn. And each of the different acts has their own chapter numbers. So basically, Denny O'Neil took the storyline, and he pretty much did it verbatim from what I remember, and he told it in prose form. He did a pretty excellent job doing so. And I would say that one cool thing about it is the fact that he definitely made some aspects of the comic book that were boring kind of more entertaining. And he did, although there were some times in the prose where I was left a little bored as well. But overall, of the many adaptations that I've read of comic book stories in novel form, this is probably in the top 3, and I've read quite a bit. But that's pretty much it. If I had to give this a drunk Iron Man rating, I would probably give it 8 out of 10 drunk Ironmans. For those of you who don't know, on the podcast network, when we rate something, we give it 1 to 10 drunk Ironmans. And the more drunk Ironmans that the book gets, or the product, or the movie, whatever, the better that we find it. And it's something we do on pretty much everything that we do. I don't think we really did that on the ginger ale episode, but that notwithstanding, that's what we typically do. So I give this guy 8 out of 10 drunk Ironmans. So I'll probably come back to you guys again with some more lockdown entertainment for the True Stories Based on Fiction podcast network on the YouTube channel. But until then, make sure you will subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like this video. Also like, comment, and share with all your friends so we get more traction on the network and on the podcast. Also, as I record this, I made a dedication, not dedication, I've made a vow, not disavow, but a vow, that I'm going to try to release something from the podcast every single week while this pandemic and lockdown is happening. For those of you out there, if you aren't in a lockdown like we are here in Michigan, you should probably still stay home and be safe and have fun. Maybe start your own podcast, your own YouTube channel. Find ways to entertain yourself during these trying times. But definitely stay safe out there. But until next time, I'm Evan, the third host, and this has been True Stories Based on Fiction, the YouTube channel. We're out.